Every car has a story. Currently, we're looking for parts that we have leads on for the 71 Cuda.
So what is the Phantom Cuda? The Phantom Cuda is the moniker ascribed to the 1971 446-barrel Cuda that effectively started the Graveyard Carz series.
The 71 Phantom Cuda is an exceptionally rare and desirable car. There's 108 of them made with a 4-speed. This one happens to have a shaker hood and is in Tor red.
It's junk. It's absolute junk.
Boy, that thing got hit hard.
Oh boy.
I mean, these are supposed to be in line. On July 5th, 1981, a guy was driving it. He was in a race with a buddy of his. Got out of control at a high rate of speed, crashed into the wall, bounced off that wall, hit another wall, ended up in the middle of the road.
After the Cuda's fatal crash, it sat for nearly 25 years, rusting, rotting, and being picked clean for its valuable donor organs.
Where's that? Oresco bought it out in Springfield with no motor in it and apparently no title. It's fun to be able to go back and look at a car's history and meet the people who have owned it before and hear their stories.
I knew it was something special.
And we come up with some crazy pictures of guys, and we ran into the gentleman who had stored it for over 10 years at his place, which was the father of the young man that wrecked it back on July 5th, 1980. While we were at his house, we happened to come across an original lower core support out of the car. Son of a gun, look at that.
Almost 30 years.
He had also stored the original 410 ring gear out of the Dana and the left rear axle. It was amazing to be able to go back to someplace 30 years later, and it's almost like stepping back in time like it was yesterday, and here's all these pieces and parts. It was really, really cool.
Then, in 2007, one of Mark's clients purchased the remains of this ultra-rare fish for $50,000. That's right, $50,000. Knowing the rarity of the vehicle, one of only 108 made, and Mark's reputation of resurrecting the most hopeless of dead cars, the new owner took a chance on bringing this once beautiful Cuda back from the dead.
The right quarter was destroyed, left quarter was destroyed, both front frame rails were destroyed. So back in the day, we referred to that as total.
After arriving at the shop, the Cuda spent hours on the frame rack, getting jacked up, hammered out, and pulled in multiple directions in order to square its unibody.
Well, we did pretty good on the first set of pulls. As soon as we're done pulling this rail for length, we'll go ahead and hook onto the quarter panel and pull it out.
Dang, it's starting to look like a car again.
Pull, stop, pull for length. Stop. You pull. Hang on. Then pull. Fine. It's fine. I think that's it. The left quarter was pulled, the right quarter was pulled. The roof was pulled out to its original shape and actually looks really good. It just needs a little bit of metal finishing. Left quarter needs to be replaced. Upper deck filler panel will be saved. The door openings are square and true back to their original size and shape. And the cowl, which had some pretty nasty wrinkles in it, came out remarkably well and need just a little bit of metal finish on them.
With the frame pulls complete and the unibody successfully squared, the Cuda is loaded up and delivered to the metal dipper. The process of dipping will remove paint and rust from the car while leaving solid metal intact. But the question on Mark's mind is, how much of the metal is actually solid?
So Mike reminded me that the tank that it goes into, even though it doesn't remove metal, it does remove rust, and we're really not sure how much rust is on the car. And those last-minute thoughts are real. They do go through your mind, and you think, man, when they drop that thing down in there, what's gonna happen? And frankly, I think we've got a big investment riding on Mike's back.
With the dipping process begun, Mark returns home and anxiously awaits the arrival of the Cuda. He'll wait 2 excruciating weeks before finding out if the dipping has done more harm than good.
The 71 just got back from Portland.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. I think I would like to get everybody down here right away, and we need to figure out where we're at. I'm surprised the metal's still pretty dense. When we got the 71 Cuda back, the 446 barrel from American Metal Cleaning up in Portland, I was pleasantly surprised that all of the metal it went in the vat with, it came back out with. It's a little thin up there, a little bit. from a structural standpoint, it was no worse than I thought it was when we first took the car on. So now that we got the 71 Cuda back from the dipper and we have an exact plan on what sheet metal's getting replaced and what one's getting repaired, we can cut the old damaged sheet metal off of it, mount it up on the frame rack, and start making our pulls in preparation for the new sheet metal. This quarter has to be replaced, so I want to start working on drilling out the factory spot welds right here. Don't drill through the lock pillar. Basic structure of the unibody is still intact. We'll have some frame rail replacement, quarter panels, outer wheel houses, but a good portion of this car is going to be the original sheet metal.
When Mike Gray from Auto Metal Direct visits the shop, the conversation turns to the Phantom Cuda, and Mike makes Mark an offer that's too good to refuse.
He made the offer. Look, you ever get too far behind and you need some help, we got the AMD Installation Center. Let me know. With Mike's offer, they'll be able to unite this car with brand new Auto Metal Direct sheet metal. They're gonna save as much as humanly possible. That was my caveat. I'll let you do it, but what we were gonna do is save the roof interstructure, save the firewall, save the quarter interstructure, save sections of the floor where possible. Same thing for the upper cowl panel. I do not want it replaced, I want it repaired. I want people to know that graveyard cars brought a car back that everybody else in the world scoffed at. Everybody else in the world thought it was garbage and it was gonna get total and just wash off, or maybe rebodied, that we're bringing it back to life. I packaged the car up, which was a matter of putting it on a pallet and shrink wrapping it, loaded it onto a cargo truck and shipped it back to Georgia. The guys back there dropped everything that they were doing at the time it showed up so they could immediately get it in and begin the restoration process on it. Oh, there's the old Phantom car, look at that.
Now that's the real thing.
There's the roof, okay. Let me watch in on this.
It's starting to look like a car.
Boy, that's looking a lot. Wow, you got the quarters on? Hey, Craig, did you do spot welds on the shock towers to apron?
Yeah, it's all done with the Pro Spot. I mean, if you look up the sides, can you turn the camera this way? You can see we're spotted all the way through the car.
Absolutely, yep. The guys did a phenomenal job on the Phantom Cuda. I could not be happier. They did exactly the way we would do it right here. This car now has its shot at the title again. This is really cool. The guys came out from AMD to check in on the car to make sure we're happy. That's customer service.
If you have a Torx wrench, we can take that striker out right there.
Oh,
Look at that.
oh, I don't believe that. So this thing actually covers the original footprint where the actual
Just
door
put it back on there
closed.
and the door will shut again.
Okay, there's a little tight.
And that should just go. Money.
That's insane.
When you get a glimpse into the installation center and the way that we assemble the car, we've designed proprietary tables, which is basically what the factory did. Has the master pinholes designed into it, and then the pads for the datum height. Really, rebuilding a car like this is all about the control. So the fixture for us is our control device.
Royal, do you know what it means?
Yeah, that's amazing.
I mean, you're a carpenter, right? Go tear a house down to its foundation. Reuse the original door jamb. Put the whole house back together again and use the original screw holes for the hinges. Good luck with that.
Okay, for any car that's going to be a real car, it still has to have the VIN numbers in it.
Absolutely.
So,
You're just restoring the body.
Yep.
and you know where they're at.
Oh, yeah.
You are all things Mopar.
Oh, yeah. That's our original cowl. Look at that. This car right now, besides the fact that it looks great and is ready for body work, is exactly the way it was when it rolled off the assembly line before it went through body work. And its claim to fame is, of course, we needed to save some body numbers, right?
Right.
We had a wadded up core support, but a portion of it was good, so we were able to save that. So the body numbers are still in the core support. You saved the cowl, which means we have all of that original stuff on there. I noticed that you put the entire left side rocker. You used
Both sides.
Both side rockers.
Your rockers. The rockers
Okay.
from the car.
Okay.
Salvage the rockers.
I am 1,000,000% happy with the job that AMD did. It's exactly the way we would have done it. Now with those things in place in the body and it's setting on a chassis, we can begin the final stages of this car's resurrection.
With perfect metalwork from AMD, the car speeds through body and first paint.
The pre-paint work is done on this car. We're assembling the panels for fit. It will then be ready for its final paint and assembly.
With the panels in place and the blocking complete, Will has moved the Cuda into the booth and masked it off for final paint. But before he applies the final base and clear coats, he takes a few minutes to check the car and make sure nothing was missed.
I got the Cuda in the booth right now. It's all masked up, it looks good. I'm very excited to paint this car. I mean, this is the one that started the show, so being the one that paints it, when everybody sees the car, they'll be able to associate the fact that Will Scott painted it.
Now that the Cuda is painted, baked, buffed, and washed, it's ready to move into the assembly room. Meanwhile, Mark is ready to give Will and Alyssa a masterclass on decal application.
Begin to reveal. Make sure you have a good pinch with your right hand so it doesn't drop. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there.
I think he really wants us to learn to do something else. I truly do. I mean, I do believe that he would love the fact if you and I could come out here and knock out some billboards and be done. Would be awesome.
We're gonna start in the middle. And give us a nice squeegee up. And now we just have to make sure that we squeegee our water from the inside out. All right? Looking good, looking good. Looks good, isn't that beautiful? Look at that. We could never have done it without me. So these are the problems you have if you get in a hurry. So we just very calmly lay this flat. Work our bugs out of it, not a problem. Okay. Patience is the name of the game in this.
We as a team did a good job.
I don't know how I would have ever done it without your guys' help.
Thank you, Mark.
You're the best.
I know you mean that.
Oh yeah, from the bottom of my heart.
With the engine and suspension completely built out, Mark and Dave make the necessary connections to prep the Cuda for its drivetrain installation.
Mopar was so proud of their engine compartments back in those days. They painted them, they didn't just shoot them black like Ford did. They were literally wanted you to open that hood and take appreciation of their artwork, and that's what it was.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Right now, we are ready to install the drivetrain, the legendary drivetrain in our 1971 Cuda, 446 barrel 4-speed, one of 108 made. This car's seen it all. Now it's about to see for the first time since January 5th, 1980, a drivetrain in it. Engine and transmission went in great, rear end went in great.
Everything was done beforehand, so it went really easy.
All right, let's put the wheels and tires on it, lower it down, and let them ride. Heat them in, ride them out, move them in, move them out, rawhide.
Wait, I got one more brake line.
Wait, I've got one more brake line. Right now I rounded up Dave and Alyssa. We're getting ready to put the exhaust system on our 71 Phantom Cuda. These go in really easy. Now, Tom from Accurate Exhaust that makes these, his daughter puts one of these on in half an hour by herself.
What are you trying to say?
You got my seal of approval.
It looks pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. The truth
easy.
is, you probably could do that. If I took it all back off, you could actually bolt it on there. That's good.
Yeah. It's not heavy, so it's easy. Yeah.
Easy to work with. And
Easy to work with. I could do it by myself.
winning team. That's what you get out of graveyard cars.
All right, we got a rear gravel pan, got a rear bumper, got our exhaust tips here.
Okay.
So we'll do this first, these two, put in the exhaust tips, swing the gravel pan in there, and put all the rest of the hardware on.
The bumper looks beautiful. Look at that.
Looks cool. Yeah, it came out nice and even, got a nice reveal, got our tips, and we'll do final adjustment on the tips because we'll have to move the mufflers too. So right now we'll go ahead and put in our taillights, so that'll be really cool. How does it look? Pretty good?
Yeah. No foam showing or anything.
Nice. Those taillights look sweet, don't they?
Yeah.
That looks cool.
It's looking really good.
Totally made the back end of the car. This is cool.
Oh, this is gonna be
So
cool.
our man Tony has an awesome set of gills. He has actually the right set, the correct set.
Oh, those are
And
awesome.
Mark's been over this a bunch of times, how it has that black border around the edge. So he does a fantastic job on his reproductions. They're like perfect. So we'll go ahead and get our brackets on there, set our gills in first, run the brackets, and then tighten her down.
Okay.
That doesn't look too bad, huh?
That is like one of my favorite features on this car. That made it,
It is,
for
huh?
sure, yeah.
The car's looking amazing right now. I mean, we got the gills in and got the back bumper on, rear gravel pan, exhaust tips. I mean, we did a lot of stuff, all the marker lights. I mean, it looks cool.
Numero uno, wow.
Hey, boss.
Just
in
wish I
time.
had time to come out. Look at that.
Got one door panel on.
Wow.
Just got to finish screwing it down and yeah, I mean, we're real close on the interior. All I got to do
Wow.
is set the carpet, get the heater box in there, and we'll be ready
How
for the
nice
dash.
is that? Boy, Larry did a good job on that headliner. That is nice. Got your garnish moldings in. This is a no rear speaker car, so it got the blank.
Yep. Yeah, we're all ready for the
Quarter
back
trim
glass.
panels look good. Legendary seats look awesome. He's really been moving along well, really well on the car. It's farther along than I thought that it was. What an epic, 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 epic moment for Graveyard Cars.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Good job, buddy.
Thanks. We just got our dash in from Instrument Specialties for our 71 Phantom Cuda. Oh, look at that, huh? And it's a non-rally. Everybody's so used to a rally dash. If you kind of flip it that way, you can kind of see a non-rally. It's got the big speedometer and all the other smaller gauges when the rally dash, has the wood grain and all the individual gauges on there. So it's pretty cool to see a non-rally with a 446 barrel car. So. Well, there you go. How's it look?
Looks great.
Back in the booth, Will paints the iconic 71 Cuda grill.
We got our grills still to put on, bumper obviously, and the lower voyants. Got all our parking lights installed and everything, and lo and behold, there's the cherry on top of the sundae right there.
Well, I don't know about a cherry.
These go in from the inside, out this way. Let's check it out.
With the grill inserts in place, Will heads back to the body shop, while Alyssa joins Dave to assist him in the installation of the Cuda's grill, front bumper, and valance.
That, my friends, is the Holy Grail. Look at this. This is the wheel off of that car. But I think that I think it should be on the car. I think we should present it with the car. And then if they want one that's done, I've got new ones in stock.
Can I see that wheel?
Yeah, here you go, buddy.
Nice.
Look at that, huh?
Nice.
After the steering wheel's ceremonious return, Royal moves the Cuda onto the rack for alignment. With the front glass in place, Dave details and installs the final metal trim pieces. Finally, the Cuda is detailed, stickers and warning labels are applied, and even replica Plymouth insert cards are placed in the car, completing the illusion of a car that just rolled off the assembly line in 1971.
So today's the day. This is the big one. The folks are going to be here anytime. We've got a large group of people coming in. We've been talking about this car, working on this car for 8 years. That's almost a decade. It was the car nobody thought could be done. We did it. I don't know about you, but I got a little bit of butterfly, and I put out some high-dollar cars.
Oh, yeah.
But you're always nervous. Anything can go wrong.
My name is Tim Raudebush. I'm from Reidsville, North Carolina, and I am in Springfield, Oregon, because I am the proud owner of the Phantom Cuda.
We all get caught up in thinking this is about us, and it isn't. It's about the car and the lives of the peoples that it has affected in the past and in the future. So I want to thank you all. If you're ready to see the most talked about 71 Cuda in the history of automotive brilliance. Not me, it's not all about me. What are you laughing about?
I'm really excited. I want to see that cover come off. I want to see the looks on the customers' faces.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 71 Cuda, let's go. There you go.
Great job.
Great reaction for the car. Yeah, we got a lot of applause. They crawled all over the car after we had the cover off, and all I just kept hearing was how beautiful it was. Pictures next to it, lots of selfies. Look any better outside?
I can't wait. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Love, baby, love.
Love, love.
385 horsepower. 108 of them built. You got one of these, camera boy? This ain't no Nissan Sentra, is it? Yeah, that shifter felt great.
Test drive went beautifully. Shaker hood shook. 4-speed pistol grip was fantastic. Plenty of power. Handled well, drove well. Couldn't be more happier. Did I ever think I'd be driving a 71 Cuda? No, not at all. Being here, talking to you, I never thought I'd be doing that either, but dreams come true, I guess.
They're not the greatest running, driving, handling car in the world, but they are a lot of fun. And when you step on it, you watch that shaker come up, and then the car comes up, and everything's starting to head towards the sky. I mean, that's a cool feeling. Even today's stuff, even my Scat Pack car or a Hellcat, you don't get that lift out of the front end. And I think it's that lift and that brute torque when you come off the line that the guys like myself, my age, that grew up with it, really appreciate that. Our 71 Cuda has been with us a long time, so when you get to this milestone where it's actually officially done, it's a little bittersweet. I mean, I've been dragging that car around for a better part of a decade, and fighting a lot of urban legends and rumors that it was going to be this and it's going to be that and it couldn't be saved. To be where we're at, I would have to say it's an accomplishment that I don't take lightly. That was a difficult car, and honestly, without the support of everybody that was involved in that build, I don't think we could have done it.